Guys, I got to have a conversation with you. Before you join Symmetry Financial Group, you've got to listen out to me to make sure that your decision is the best one. Because here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, you might only have one shot in the insurance business. This business of insurance is great. It has really been a wonder for my family and for my business. And I failed out of the business, worked for somebody else, came back. And guys, here's the thing. A lot of people fail the business of insurance because they pick the wrong agencies. They're told one thing, and what they actually get is entirely different. So it's really important before you decide if you're going to go with Symmetry Financial Group or another agency that you do your due diligence and you really contemplate before jumping into bed with whatever organization you're going to go with, that this choice is not just your first choice, but your last choice. And a slower decision-making process, I think, is the wise direction to go. So let's talk about some things. By the way, my name is Dave Duford, owner of Duford Insurance Group. I train and recruit agents nationally to sell final expense Medicare and annuities. Links above below if you want to check out what I do. Let's talk a little bit about Symmetry Financial Group. A couple things on my list here, some things you should be concerned with. And when I say concerned with, I'm not saying like disparaging things about Symmetry. They're a great group. They've helped a ton of people. And there's a lot of people that tell me their training is fantastic and they do a great job and the people that are there are great. But what's good for somebody else may not be good for you. Okay, and what you need to know are some things to just, again, contemplate, ask about, so that you can make the best decision, not for Symmetry or for Dave Duford, but for yourself, because it's ultimately your business you're about to embark on in the insurance business. So the first one here is commission levels. Here's the thing, guys. Commission levels matter. Anybody who tells you that they don't or downplays it is not telling the full truth. The thing is with commission levels is that it's the avenue to maximizing your opportunity. And there's a lot of organizations out there, again, not speaking of any in particular, but just in general in the insurance business, that operate more of a multi-level marketing opportunity. They recruit people to recruit other people to recruit people. And what happens in these organizations is they're very deep as opposed to being broad, right? So in that depth, there's layer after layer after layer of other agents taking a cut of the action. And inherently what happens with these deep organizations is that new agents have to start with lower commissions so that all of the fat in the middle can be fed. And if you're in a commission situation where it's low like this, you're obviously going to reduce your capability to make an income, and you're serving the other people up and getting them paid. But are they actually getting paid what they're earned? Did they actually contribute towards your success? You could argue that their structure brought you into the business and they should take a cut, sure. But ultimately, it's you and your work that's going to put food on the table. So you have to consider what compensation you're getting paid is, and is what the value you're getting in return worth it. Again, it's not necessarily about the highest commission. It's about the value proposition in exchange and deciding for it. So, for example, the things that I concern myself with is, okay, what's my maximum commission? What kind of training am I going to get? What did the lead programs do? And are they free? Are they paid for? Are they fresh? Are they aged, et cetera? But ultimately, that commission level should reflect the fact that you have the ability to earn the most that you can given the circumstances that you're in. So again, check around, see what comparable commission levels are out there, because somebody may say my commission is X, but you get all this, but you might find a like kind of organization that gives you higher commission, maybe a better choice. Next on the list here is selling versus recruiting. So here's the thing again, guys, like I said, multi-level marketing, it's a real thing in this business, and you got to make sure that the MLM you're going to join, if you're going to join an MLM, that you're into the recruiting model. Again, you should know if you join an organization if it's about recruiting pretty quickly, because they won't just talk about production, they'll talk about recruiting and how important it is to build a downline and a team. You may just want to sell insurance. You may just want to actually get out there and write business and not be in a position to have to do the adult babysitting thing. Okay. So if you're not into the recruiting thing, you need to know that if you join an organization that is, you probably have a goal misalignment. Probably not in the best organization. You should probably consider an organization that's more production-based, not just recruiting. Because again, especially the ones that push recruiting are the ones that tend to have lower commissions than those that push selling, because the sales organizations maximize comp, and the recruiter organizations typically minimize comp to have room to fill in all the spaces, of course, so that they can have as much as possible to recruit. And then last on the list here, one last thing to think about is how the lead programs work at Symmetry Financial Group. Consider that. in your decision making. Not all leads are created equal. There are organizations out there that give you things like child safety kits as leads. They're not about insurance. They're just a reason to talk to somebody, and that can work very well. There are other ones out there that talk about like aged leads that have been years old and worked by tons and tons of agents. Those leads are not the same as a fresh lead that just came back yesterday from somebody who's actually interested in selling insurance. The point is that you got to decide what kind of leads work best for you. Now, my opinion is that fresh and exclusive leads are the best route to go. I think it gives you the best opportunity. And you got to make sure if you're going to join SFG or any of their affiliate organizations that I think having access to that is a big deal. You need to decide that ultimately, but you need to get a lay of the land on how the leads work. And then again, compare it to other organizations that are out there doing the same thing. So all of this is to say, Symmetry Financial Group might be the perfect fit for you. But I think the best way to arrive at picking any organization is really just deciding on what your values are. What do you want out of your organization? What kind of relationship do you want? What kind of business do you want to run? Is it based off of recruiting and building a team? Do you just want to sell insurance? You really have to think about all this stuff. And I guess that's my point with this kind of video, is to really tell you that due diligence is everything. Don't just jump in and be another statistic. 90% plus of agents fail out of this business. And this business is so awesome if you give it the time to find the right fit. Again, the first selection should be your last selection. That should be how you think. And if you think that way and understand there's tremendous perils in selecting an agency if due diligence is not sought after, then hopefully it makes sense that you would slow things down. My name is David DeFord, owner of DeFord Insurance Group. If you want to learn more about my agency, go to link above or below somewhere in here. If you have any comments, questions, leave them below. Hope you enjoyed this video, and hopefully it made you think a bit. All right, take care.